I'm just reading a little comment about how you're just getting all sorts of compliments there, Zukov. You're just the most loved boy. You're just the most loved little sweet boy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Hey, come on. Come here. The fridge chirp is intense tonight. Must be thirsty for some burrs. The fridge chirp. Oh, that's the heater going off. Though I did figure out the whole freezer because I thought it was broken for a bit. I realized the outlet or the plug-in for it was just unplugged. So I got that. Also, because there was like water slowly leaking, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this?" And the entire time it was the freezer. And I had to save some of my meats that I had in there in the freezer for a while. But luckily everything's safe in there now. Background noise? That's the heater. I mean, here, I can show what the fuck it is. I mean, I know you know, but at least for chat-wise, it's that fucking thing. Those flames right there. Be the flames of heat, the flames of woe. The flames of woe. I should have named the stream that The Flames of Woe. Stick your face in that and you'll be having a woe and a reckoning. Well, it's supposedly cold as balls out. Yeah, it is actually pretty cold. When I first started streaming, it was already kind of nippy, but then it got pretty cold quick after that. And it's been kind of chilly since. I mean, I've just got off work, so I'm still a little warm right now, so it's gonna be a minute before I put my coats back on. I was out with my bro all day. I saw him. I was taking the trash out before I left. He was perusing around looking for some food. So he doesn't really like do much like, you know, what's up, you know. We'll see each other, we'll like make eye contact and I'll kind of nod, be like, what's up? And he's just, you know, kind of zooming on, doing his own thing. I mean, I'm doing my own thing too, so, I mean, I suppose all's fair. Or maybe he just doesn't know that I work at the Steps? Must have been DoorDash, because he ate a big old sandwich while I was with him. Really? Because he was just sitting there with his hands in his pockets, just kind of looking in the freezer section, just kind of slowly perusing, just like, what do I want? So it might have been for later tonight. Like, he was in the freezer section, so I'm assuming that, if not that, he's probably getting something for later. Maybe Lamau, yeah. He didn't look like he was on, like, you know, the, alright, I got a list, got things to get. Like, he didn't really have, like, that urgency. He was just kind of perusing. Ever so slowly, casually, looking at the pizzas. Oh my god, what's Logan keep texting, bro? Hold on, I want to... speech, basically. Okay, so he's just fucking still talking about this shit. And yeah, I saw the shooting update, where the dude was, you know, confirming basically just kind of walk out, start blasting, shot a medic slash kind of traffic assistant, type of person amongst the protesters in the head, 4 others, and inspired by Rittenhouse, yeah. Which, especially considering how I personally feel about him, I feel a little vindicated saying that, he's, a little terrorist. Because now there's people who are, feel vindicated by his actions and now want to enact the same shit. Because we want to play the old quote-unquote patriot American hero or whatever the fuck they think in their head. So, I mean, because in their mind, they don't care. They're just saying, oh, a bunch of dirty commies, kill them. That's all they think in their mind with the Rittenhouse types and people who feel emboldened by them. I mean, it's honestly like, hey, despite, beliefs and stuff, law and the rules and blah, 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 it's like, yeah, and our laws and our fucking justice system is unjust, including with that court case. So, it's like, eat a dick, dumb fuck. It's like, oh, you got him. Oh, nailed him. It's like, oh, he was found guilty. What do you want? It's because he wasn't. It's like, give me a break. Give me the biggest fucking break. To me, it was super dishonest. Also, initially, they tried to make it seem like it was for being a respectable American trying to defend his property. Yeah. No, that's how it was initially. Like, I remember on r/Portland, like, the night it happened, everyone was like, hey, let's not jump to conclusions. This sounds like a person who's a good, honest American defending their property, even though the information that was already known at that point showed that he, was, walked out and started blasting. Like, but when it came to the media initially, they didn't, they kind of just didn't, disclose that information. But now that there's, more information given out by Oregon Live, now they're just like, oh, I guess he wasn't so much of a, good old American chap, just trying to defend his property. And he doesn't even own a property? Oh my god. Well, I know this much. The person who shot him is definitely not going to get charged. Like, the dude who is on someone else's property starts blasting people and murders somebody, and somebody else, in self-defense of the crowd and other people, takes him down. I mean, he at that point, it's just like, yeah, like, I mean, in the eyes of any court, at least in my mind, regardless of the politics of it, it's just like, yeah, that seems pretty carte blanche, self-defense. You might not necessarily be the person being shot at, but this person is literally killing people or attempting to do so and already killed one. So, exceptions can be made. I guess that depends on who the judge is. But from what I understand, they're strongly considering on dropping his charges anyway. So, because what I understand, he has an initial weapon assault charges, but it's not like totally pressed on him yet. But at least from what I understand, the person returning fire and shit is still arrested and currently in jail. They were released as far as I've heard. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I know the night of the shooting, they turned themselves in and turned their firearm in, and then from there was being held. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, at this rate, all things considered, especially, considering this person also turned their weapon and themselves in, like, I mean, it seems like, cops even looking at what their political views are being there. They're like, look, at least you're being, responsible here, and also legit try to protect some people's lives here. So, you're okay. Honestly, I'm just kind of wondering if, does the dude keep his gun or not? Because I don't know what's the circumstances in cases like this. Like, if you turn yourself in and your weapon in this specific scenario. Not charged, no charges have been filed yet, the perp is still in the hospital. Wow. Yeah, and they don't want to give his information out about who that guy is, even though they should openly, be saying what his what his fucking name is at this point. It's like, motherfucker, overtly, I think, at this point, without a reasonable shadow of a doubt, just not only murder somebody, but attempted to murder a bunch of people. So, I don't think there's a shadow of reasonable doubt. I think we can, be okay with knowing who this person is in their personal life. Doesn't get the gun back till after the investigation. Likely won't. It'll probably get a check from the government instead. Probably. I mean, all in all, Again, I don't know how it works in these circumstances. Like, I'm assuming, yeah, they probably won't get it until the investigation's over, but after the fact, I mean, who knows? It might just still be a confiscated weapon or maybe returned to the owner, but I got no fucking clue. I don't know how these things work. At least with that specific stuff in mind. I mean, I guess it depends. If you're Rittenhouse, I guess you get to keep it, but, but if you're, this guy, you don't get to. But hey, you can buy another one. So, go fig. I mean, to be fair, I don't even know if Rittenhouse kept his either, but I wouldn't be surprised. I know yours back because Zimmerman kept his. And in fact, he even sold it on fucking auction. Like, trying to sell for auction, like, hey, this is the gun that I just, like, slaughtered a black kid with. You don't want to buy it? Like some sleazy fucking pig fuck that he is. Ugh. I hate that cretin. Isn't he, like, also, like, a major, like, sexual assaulter and shit? I could sort of remember hearing some articles about that. Back when he was a nice little news story. Because that's Florida law specifically protect whoever is the most heavily armed. Fair, yeah. I mean, at least, in this case, Joe Forgan, it seems like, it's pretty reasonable when with how, it's going about with it. At least, for the person who, is defending people's lives. I mean, it's just, because, I mean, it's pretty hard to, like, isn't there, like, a video of this? I mean, I don't think it's public, but I heard there was, like, a GoPro video that somebody had, or someone had a GoPro that was recording, and that was confiscated by police, so it's like, I think there's actual footage of this, but it's just not public. Like, unless people have it on their phones and just haven't posted it. Probably because if they posted people getting shot on Twitter, that'd probably get them banned. So. Well, I mean, there's all sorts of other fucking videos of that, type of shit on Twitter too. Like, what the fucking Rittenhouse shit that was. I don't fucking know. I wouldn't be surprised if there is some video of it out there, floating around somewhere. I mean, it just kind of goes to show, honestly, about a lot of these more extremist fundamentalist types on the right. Because, like, I mean, when they get more enabled into this type of fucking thinking, they go more down that pipeline. This ends up being kind of one of the many results it can lead to. And it's not good. Because that leaves, the whole notion in a lot of lefties' minds to be like, alright, maybe some of us should probably be armed. Because honestly, if that guy wasn't there with his rifle, like, there would have been way more people killed. Straight up. That would have just been a fucking mass shooting. Like, so, I mean, in all, it's like there has to be, like, some auspices of having at least a few people who are legit trained and responsible with, firearms and shit like that guy was. And actually go through, like, a checklist of what to do, in this type of fucking situation, because, like, I mean, no one should have to go to protest and worry about some dude just waltzing up to it and just start blasting. Like, no one should have to fucking worry about that shit, but yet, here we are. I mean, I was saying it back in 2020, honestly. I mean, it's just like, but that lead more violence, it's like, who's fucking starting it? Who keeps shooting first? It's like, lefties having it isn't there for them to shoot first. It's when they get shot at. Those don't come out until they get shot. Like in this fucking case. It's just like, they're not, it's just like they're not there just, to be like, alright, anyone who comes near is about to get a bullet. It's just like, fuck no. And honestly, anyone with that type of thinking needs to fuck off anyway. Because really, that's what truly leads to this shit, and it's what the people on the right think. At least when it comes to a lot of these protests, especially when you got motherfuckers like Andy Ngo exacerbating and encouraging violence. Because I guarantee you, he still had influence to it too. Rittenhouse and Ngo, both of them. Because I guarantee you that same dude that wasn't just inspired by Rittenhouse, but also probably even got further enabled by Andy Ngo saying something about it. And just happened to see it outside and it's like, this is my chance. So, I mean, honestly, it's not just Rittenhouse I think he was just inspired by it, but I'm sure Andy Ngo has definitely got culpability to it too, considering he encourages this shit con blanche anyway. Because I'd rather just go to protesters, have my picket side, and listen to speeches, and, you know, be gung-ho and shit, you know, about the advocacy of it. But, like, not having to turn my back and be like, is there some crazy dude with a gun around the corner? It's like, yeah, that's a nice thought. On bootlicking subreddits. Bootlicking subreddits? Wow. I'm not shocked. And if he was radicalized by bootlicking subreddits, he was probably on different, like, 4chan boards and 8chan boards and shit, too. Possibly. Depending on how well he was, you know, good at the internet, how internet savvy he was, I guess. Oh, shit. So come us in a house. Yeah, he's been in here the entire time. There you are. I'll just leave that door open. You just been in the house? Come here. Come here, Zooks. Sound like a discarded boomer, so maybe. Probably Facebook groups too. Zukov, come here. Zukov. Zukov. Look at that little wacky tail. Look at you. What? Hello. You sweet thing. Hello. Ah. Got a little lick in the face. Lick in the face. Oh. Oh my goodness, you sweet baby. Oh, you sweet little thing. At least you're not a disgruntled boomer. You'll be a little attack dog. Well, I guess that's going to be Vito's job now. Because apparently Vito's starting to be more like a guard dog now instead of a sweet boy like you. But you don't got no pussy to fucking slice, so you're not going to have that type of energy. You're just going to be a little dorky goofball. Who's just going to be a sweet thing. Oh my goodness, look at you. Look at you. Why are you sniffing? Man, you're sniffing all the treats I have on this shelf. You want all the treats. You're like, no, stop. I want to smell it. Oh. Oh, you sweet thing. Sweet little thing. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You're just plopped in, chilling now, aren't you? Great. Do you mind there, bro? Oh my god, okay. Alright, I'll get him distracted here. Will you actually catch something when I drop it for once? Because you don't seem to do that very well anymore. You had a thing going, but now, oh my god, you look like a lazy bones right now. Well, not anymore. Oh my god. I'm gonna drop it. Don't paw at me! I'm gonna drop it. But first I need you to kind of back up a little bit. There we go. Alright. Sit. Hey, come on. No. Okay, you are fucking gonna you're catching this. I swear to God. Sit. That a boy. You launched it out of your mouth. Whatever, close enough. You got it in, and then it fell out. Whatever, that's good enough. There was at least like somewhat effort. There's like 60% effort there, I think. At worst 40, but I'd say at best there was 60% effort that was just done there. You sweet little thing. My goodness. I like how KGW is saying there's 2 dead, even though there's only 1. I mean, is there? I mean, unless the second person died or something, like in hospital or something. I guess like the. Yeah, because I mean, I know the shooter dude is critically injured and shit. Honestly, I could give a fuck if he recovered or not at this point. Like, he's definitely TFG and definitely should be serving a life sentence. If he does recover or not. If not, too bad, so sad. Could have just went out and started, maybe yelling and, like, honestly, even if it was like, he just waltzed out and just started punching people or some shit, like, it would not even be a news story. Like, if he did pretty much literally anything else aside from, like, shooting or stabbing somebody, it's just like, yeah, I mean, at that point, it just wouldn't even be a fucking news story. But here we are. A normal lady was murdered. She was active in the old... it was an old lady? What? She was active in the LGBTQ rights movement and then joined BLM in 2020. Fuck, bro. Well, there's definitely going to be a rally for her. I already can tell you that. Damn, dude. And over just some disgruntled, stupid, dumb fuck. Go fig. Seeing what random little shit's on too. There really ain't much going on. For Monday, there really ain't much. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I need to, actually... Okay, cool. Yay! Got a response from Raspberry today about my, light piston. It actually looks like it's still usable. Cool. They're just saying it looks like chip and blood, a split ring, which is probably from the heavy slugs they're using. Looks like it's still usable though. Yay! Seems to be okay. That's cool. Sweet. I must say, I am very thoroughly satisfied with Weatherby's customer service. I must say. Cool. I had a little update on the email thing on that. Actually, is there one about the union stuff too, or is there just the one thing? Yeah, it looks like it's just the one thing. Bop. Okay. Cool. Ooh, that felt good. Is Lucas still going off on shit? No. Yeah, alright, he stopped spamming. I guess to be fair, I do the same thing in a group chat, don't I? Yeah, hold on, I'm gonna do something to get his ass in there. There we go. Oh, never mind. He's starting to go off again. Oh no. Why the fuck were they doing that first? Well, later saying play, but it's not like they have a fucking world limit on much. What? Huh? The world gets a lot of oil from Russia, but not like more than 50%. I mean it. Logan, I'm pretty sure America's got like the whole monopoly on oil kind of on lock because of the different nations like Saudi Arabia's oil, Saudi Oil Company, and amongst others. Like, I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, it's kind of why. I actually know Russia holds about like 50% of the diamond market, because like I think one of the biggest mines of diamond is like somewhere near the whatchamacallit, like near, it's not in Siberia, it's like somewhere near it, I believe. I think like to the west of it or something, or maybe it is in Siberia, but I might be wrong. But there's like this huge deep ass like diamond mine and shit that's like this cone that just goes just like all, you know, just all the way deep, and it's huge, and I don't think it's in use anymore, but it was pretty much like the biggest diamond mine for quite a while. At least that was in use up until it was discontinued. I remember seeing it on like actually a community post on YouTube. I think it was on like some engineering channel, because I like looking at their community posts every now and then. And they was just showing off this thing and just how massive it is compared to like the little neighborhoods and towns next to it, that, you know, the town that used to have its industry built up around it. Just like, whoa, whoa. I mean, it's just like, imagine living in a town where it's just like, all right, gotta go work off in the mine, just casually going down the pit all the way down. It's like, oh my god. Man, that'd be quite a walk. Fuck that. I'm sure they'd probably just drive the way down there, but honestly, it's definitely better than like going down like some shaft or some shit, and then having like the mine collapse on you or something. Like, it's better than that, I actually would say, because I mean, when you look up, it's just a big hole. So, I mean, the worst thing that could happen is the landslide, but that just kind of depends on where you're at and where the landslide happens. So, yeah, it's in the house somewhere. So, cop just in the house, chewing like a little sweet boy. Who got shot? Oh, in Northeast Portland, in Normandale Park, there was a shooting Saturday night, and there was this dude who was inspired by Kyle Rittenhouse, and probably Andy Ngo as well, with his call for violence, his protest for Amir Locke. And one woman got shot and killed, an old lady, and then 5 other people were injured, and including the shooter, who somebody returned fire and shot him, and he's now critically injured in a hospital too. So, But yeah, that was Saturday, so you know, just just some nice fun swimming and good shit. Whilst in the background, there's calls and exacerbation of war that's happening. Fucking Dems Republicans just literally doing things to just kind of fuck over the people a little bit more and more, and yeah, it's just like, what about that war over there, Jack? Because at this rate, it pretty much kind of looks like, within, a week's time, there actually really could be a full-on escalation of conflict. Honestly, that's even if it is within a week. It could be sooner. It just, considering a lot of the various different false flag, incidents going on and the legit, neo-Naziistic connections and relations that are, in the midst of all this, it just seems a little too coincidental. Could people become for him? If they even give his information out. And even then, that guy's gonna probably face life in fucking prison. Because if the person wasn't there with his rifle and returned fire on him, he probably would have just done a full fucking mass shooting. Let's just be real. So, I mean, all in all, it's just like he's probably not going out of prison for quite a long time once he recovers in the hospital, if he does. I'm definitely not going to shed a tear if he succumbed to his wounds in the hospital. It's like, oh, looks like, that bullet was a little bit too, a little too rough on there, huh? Black militias, like Black Panther, but more militant. Yeah. I'd just be a little cautious about that just because there's a lot of different black nationalist groups and shit that also are advocates of that type of thing that are pretty willing to have the whole brown red alliance of working with groups like the Proud Boys. The most infamous group, Black Hammer, is one of these type of groups, and they call themselves a black nationalist anarcho-communist thing or some shit, something like that. And then they also start aligning themselves with the Proud Boys and shit as a way to to have this core common this common idea of setting up their own ethno states. So it's I definitely don't disagree, but it's yeah, just be cautious about a lot of different nationalist types. So just yeah, we're cool with this, but literally no whiteys or no black people. It's and then because unfortunately a lot of militias tend to have a lot of these type of people. I'm definitely more of an advocate of more worker labor-based militias and leftist type of militias and shit. If people were to want to set things up like that. White friends give them their rights. The thing is, at least when it comes to the more extreme black nationalist types, they don't view whites as friends. That's kind of the problem with them. They're an exclusionary element of a lot of the social justice advocates when it comes to minority justice and shit, especially within the black community. If anything, they kind of undermine it sometimes. Ukraine's weak side found. Are they by choice? The Ukrainian state / Ukrainian people have always just essentially been a vassal state, for the different superpowers in the world. And of course, Russia is going to be one of them. That's kind of why Ukraine's been weak the way it has been since its independence after the 90s and shit. It's just been more or less used as a pawn for the superpowers on the global stage. I mean, the whole, like, Luhansk and Donetsk separatist shit is definitely a major example of that. League of Change, that's what makes sense. Well, yeah, like, community action and direct action is, you know, what is going to bring more solution and better opportunity and outcome to the average person versus, you know, that type of shit. Or electoralism, too, for that matter. Boom. Watch it. What is it? Oh, you know what? Here. You probably can't send links until I do this to you. There you go. Now you have a blue wrench. Use it well, good stuff. Alright, here, Mr. Belief. Well, you gotta... Well, now that I made you a mod on here, now you got blue wrench, you should be able to send links. Because YouTube, for some reason, will only let people with mods, or wrench powers or mod powers send links, which I guess is a good thing. Sukov, what are you doing?
Sure you know where the impound yard is? Oh, stop stalling. Come on.
Oh, hold on.
I can't think it. It's all...
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Sure you know where the impound yard is? Oh, stop stalling. Come on. I can't think it. It's all this noise. Or is it because I built a stronghold around Greenland? I've driven you out of Western Europe? And I've left you teetering on the brink of complete annihilation. I'm not beaten yet. I still have armies in the Ukraine. The Ukraine. You know what the Ukraine is? It's a sitting duck. A road apple, Newman.
Uh-oh.
The Ukraine is weak. It's feeble. I think it's time to put the hurt on the Ukraine.
I come from Ukraine. You not say Ukraine weak?
Yeah, well, we're playing a game here, pal.
Ukraine is game to you? How about I take your little Boris?
Except the bots circumnavigate with mysistergay.vd or shit like that. Yeah, the bots will circumnavigate it. Dude, I love Risk. Dude, yo. After the whole bar sitch, I do have Risk. I have my own thing in Risk in my room that actually I haven't even opened up yet. I know Logino does. Do I still have that? Do I still have your Risk, Logan? Because if so, we could just use that too. But I also have Risk. I know both of us have Risk. Because I love me a game Risk. But I like those like RTS strategy games like that. Because Risk is basically the OG of that type of shit and that type of genre on some board game form. And I love it. Oh, you goofy baby, what were you doing? Oh, look at that pretty face. Oh, look at this pretty face. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you handsome boy. You just a handsome boy. Damn. That was glorious. I got the reissue one. I used to have it at your place, but I retrieved it. Okay. Yeah, honestly, I never remembered if we ever had you gather that or not. But I have my own version of Risk that I still have in its like plastic packaging and shit. Any updates on Ukraine? I think it's just basically Putin has recognized separatist states and has moved troops there. So that's essentially about it. 100 million Oliver branches on the table to ease Bruce relations in Salem. Wait, is this like Oregon state reps? $2.5 billion in the surging revenue plan for when they pass. Blah blah blah. How about build a fucking housing? 100 million could build nearly 100K housing units. Yeah, seriously. Considering when we need something like that now more than ever. Or is just Oregon just too fucking NIMBY for this shit? Like, I mean, is Oregon just straight up getting like NIMBYer and NIMBYer as they live here? While at the same time, like the sense kind of community is also kind of fractured and died off, though that's more of a thing, you know, across the country more so than just unique here. Heard that president said he's going to stand solidarity with Ukraine to Ukraine president, so that means stop buying Russian oil. Well, stop not buying it doesn't necessarily mean sanctioning it. Oregon's technically one of the least NIMBY states. Isn't that kind of saying something with this shit? Like when like our, you know, gov are basically, you know, these type of schlucky fucks. That is the only state to eliminate single family exclusive zoning. Well, that's good. And I'm glad at least, you know, the NIMBYs, you know, have one more thing to bitch about, because the more they bitch, the more, you know, it's music to my ears, so we'll admit that. But we won't bother funding it. I mean, honestly, I feel like that's how the NIMBYs, you know, do the get back at it, where it's just like, oh, well, yeah, you know, it's like, you know, the elimination of single-family exclusive zoning is like, yeah, that's nice, but we're not going to fund it. NIMBY, not in my backyard. It's an acronym for basically, it's like, essentially somebody who's like, hey, look, I understand that, you know, people who, you know, are homeless and stuff, you know, but look, I don't want affordable housing in my backyard because they're going to devalue my property and devalue this place and make it a little bit more dirtier. I don't like that. So not my backyard, it's that. That's what a NIMBY is. And that, yeah, includes infrastructure as well. So, it's those type people. Like, honestly, a lot of the different types of people that tend to be like this are ones that are like landlords, or I guess even people like, you know, Chappelle too, to a certain degree, amongst others. You know, it's just like, there's a lot of people that kind of have this more NIMBY-esque mentality where it's just like, hey, you know, I understand the fight, but I don't want it in my community. I don't want it around me. Oh, yeah. So there, dude. I mean, sanctioning Russian oil is a little different than just not buying it, because other people could just be buying that oil too. I mean, honestly, China could. I mean, they'd be a major, you know, boost in the for Russian oil if that would be the case, if they did. But that just kind of depends. Like, sanctioning the actual industry would do a little bit more versus just not buying it, because they'll just find another buyer. Instead of solidarity, so not even doing anything. So the head of the EU is just like, yeah, you know, we'll stand solidarity, but that's about it. Yeah. They would gain power by staying neutral as the war will weaken the U.S. and Russia. Yeah. Which is kind of like my idea of what they're probably going to do. They're going to wait it out, and then when both sides are a little weaker, they'll take advantage and probably back one or the other, which is going to be likely Russia. Come in and, like, clutch in and help them out last second. And then, while that's going on, take advantage of seas and territories they want. Zooks, what are you doing? Well, nut. Goddamn nut. Look at you. Little Zook. You got like such a huge thick tail, like good lord. Let's see here. Is there like anything that is not related to this whole Russia shit on the internet? Tube wise. You see it going to I guess military Ukrainian sanctions don't work. Oh, like an actual war? Probably. Never stupid pipeline expansion proposal. So, really. A Canadian energy company wants to boost the capacity of a major natural gas pipeline to Oregon, Washington, Idaho, but critics say it's unnecessary. No shit, it's unnecessary. Wants to modify compressor stations. And get about 150,000 decatherms more gas. Decatherms? Oh my god, what a word. More gas flowing through the region per day, enough to meet the daily energy needs. There's other ways you could do that. Proponents of the expansion says it ignores a larger trend towards renewable sources of power. Wow, lame. What is all this bullshit? Absurdity. Yeah, can can this not be built? This is gross. It's made a much larger portion of Oregon's electricity mix in recent years since the state phases out coal. And natural gas is powered by a quarter of Oregon's electricity use in 2019 compared to just 12 in 2012. When burned for energy, natural gas generates fewer greenhouse gas emissions than coal, according to U.S. Energy. Well, sure. Which is part of the reason to fuels have grown. However, methane leaks associated with production, transport, and storage of natural gas can quickly erase those benefits. Methane in itself is an extremely potent greenhouse gas. Oregon and Washington have recently passed legislation to drastically decrease green gas emissions from electricity providers. Waste on you around because it's not a moral failing on the people. That's the problem. Like, you can't just pawn off, fighting climate change on the individual, because that's not how you solve it. Like, it's these mass corporations that the problem. Like, this is what this is like what the problems with these mega corporations. They continue to do shit like this, but then they'll pawn off the moral responsibility to the individual, saying, oh, here's how you use less of our energy, even though we profit off of you. And continue to rape the planet and the natural resources of the earth and shit while we do so. Because, I mean, you can recycle all you want and not use as much energy as much as you want and shit. It doesn't solve the problem. about that bullshit about bringing extra data to people's lives, like don't do it, like don't alright. Yeah. I mean, it's because like the idea is like, oh, it could bring more to us. Like people already use it. It's like when it comes to natural gas, we have plenty of it. Pipeline's not a solution. Yeah, well, certainly not. Zukov, how are you doing? Come here. Come here. Come here. Up. Come up here. Up. Lazy bones. Oh, you lazy bones. Oh. You sweet baby. He thinks that you're calling him, lol. I'm just calling his little brother. His little sweet boy. This little sweet boy, oh my goodness. Look at you. Here, let's see. Hydro and oceans would be great. Yeah, I definitely think that'd be a lot better. Just use the waves and shit. Because, yeah, dams are, a lot more destructive towards the environment than people think. He's a good baby. He's a good baby. Alright, that made me nervous. Further proofs are just controlled opposition. The public option in Washington is just Obamacare, a few extra steps. We're still on formal monthly premium, still network bullshit, and still does cover everything. Go figure. I mean, it's just like, this is why at this rate, I eschew electoralism, especially on, the more national levels, but even to certain degrees, even state level. Like, I mean, it just makes me feel more vindicated, when it comes to the more direct action, more community-based type of action that, needs to be more prioritized at this rate. Like, I mean, there needs to be a sense of neighborhood and, community again, and an actual, more maximization of democratization of the workplace and of these areas. Because that's honestly, where the most amount of change you're going to be seeing in people's lives and outcomes. Best available right now. Pumped hydro and supplement. Fusion is still at least a decade out, if not more. Yeah, Fusion's still got a while. Traditional hydro has already been built out. Can't really explain. I can't really expand it. Well, traditional, but, look into the seas and using the ocean type of hydro energy and shit. That's something that, is kind of being invested in and kind of looked into a little bit. I think there's been a few tests on a couple type of turbines. It's gone past testing phases. Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're testing, different types of turbines to see if it works. Or at least, see what works out best. For the rest of my life. Organ health plan. Because for the most part, same thing for me. Though even though I still had to pay out of pocket, because when I cracked my fucking wrist and shit, I still had to pay $200 fucking dollars. Even though it was supposed to be covered. Got free healthcare for 1 year in college. Yeah. Luckily, it's mostly free until that one time I got fucked. And luckily it wasn't really a fucking, it was more like a tickling of the asshole. It's like, alright, we're gonna spread those chicks in, we're just gonna tickle it. It's like, alright, at least you didn't fist me to death. Like, okay, thanks. It's like, alright, at least it wasn't that. At least it wasn't a full-on fisting. I never had to pay shit. Nice. Honestly, I've known some people, at least back in high school and shit, that were looking to move to Montana after they graduated from high school and shit. And I know at least one of them did. Because he wanted to start like a little weed farm out there and shit when they got legalized. And I'm 100% sure they're like legal over there now, so I'm sure he's, you know, kind of starting that up and living it. There was their issue was more not many places accept them because they aren't required to. Yeah. You're just getting more close to. So definitely percent before. I mean, for full like fusion nuclear reactors, I mean that's still gonna take a while, and that's like the real big source of how you're gonna get fusion energy. So I mean, it's still gonna take some time before that really comes into some full fruition. No one's produced sustained fusion. Is this very close? Yeah. I mean, it might have been able to you know, get a giant jump, but not sustained or for a while. It's only really for a short time. Like, it needs to be something that's sustained and consistent. And it'll still take years to build a commercial reactor. Yep. Because then you can also advance the commercial reactors from the test reactor, because then you can be like, alright, here's how we can make our commercial reactors better and more properly you know, efficient, you know, in comparison to our test reactors. So, yeah, but it'll still take quite some time. Oops, cabs. Jesus, yeah. Holy crap. I mean, yeah, for produce energy for, wow, for another 10 years. Well, again, probably more. It might take a little bit more than a decade. That isn't going to help much for climate change. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it won't do much. I mean, it will help like adapt a lot of our energy grid, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's not really going to help us adapt from climate change itself. That's going to take like a whole mass like civilizational like restructuring, basically, which is going to be happening whether we like it or not. Shame that we didn't try to. That's like I said. More opportunities. Well, that's what the fossil fuel industry is about. Make sure, you know, actual good things don't happen because, hey, it costs a lot more. You know, it's not, you know, it costs a little more to actually try to transition. It's not as profitable. Like, there's no profit in actually, you know, doing that. So, got to keep things the way they are. It's kind of a wild card. It's carbon free, and the reasons we don't use are entirely political. Yeah. It's getting out of hand. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the climate, it's honestly just kind of been out of hand. I mean, like, cause with like the mass like collapse of, you know, the different ecosystems and just general death of the planet, and like with the mass droughts and the mass different climate crises that are inevitable to going to be happening, and with that the equilateral belt where half of the fucking human population lives, there's going to be an absolute like mass like migration crisis that is going to be incomprehensible. And honestly, the mass fucking destruction from that and the instability, you know, and the mass, I mean, legitimately, like, honestly, mass stuff that would come from that shit would just be insane. Because there will definitely be a lot of fucking countries that are going to be very staunchly, like, xenophobic about this type of shit, and others that are, you know, probably actually going to try to help and shit, but are going to be so overstrained and so, like, overwhelmed that they would just collapse under their own weight at that point. So, not exactly looking good. It's possible to power the entire country with 90% wind, solar share with the other 10% nuclear hydro. I mean, honestly, I'm sure there's probably plenty of different ways that we can, you know, power the entire country with a combination of any of that. But, especially when it comes to wind and solar. We plant trees like a lifespan on include our fossil Helios. I mean, it's kind of a little mixed of it, because, I mean, having a bunch of trees and planting them, you know, might, you know, help for one specific region, you know, especially for places like in the Amazon, where there's, like, such mass deforestation that there's now more CO2 being pumped out of the Amazon versus oxygen at this rate. I mean, it's kind of, you know, like a band-aid to that type of thing. Like, you know, the replanting of the trees and then, you know, in the soil and the, you know, environment and the vegetation in it, like, needs to be, you know, across the board globally. Like, it would have to take a massive international effort, you know, for things like that to be done. I mean, not just, you know, obviously here, you know, because places like here definitely need it. And then, you know, but more so, you know, places like the Amazon need fucking trees planted and shit. Idiotic 4 bugs on the environment. I mean, that's true. Like, wind has definitely have had wind energy when it comes to windmills has actually had problems when it comes to birds getting killed, and also doing some slight fuckery with wind patterns, at least surface wind patterns and shit. But I mean, all in all, at least the bird problem can actually be one that can potentially be solved, at least, you know, or mitigated, I should say. And with the wind power thing, I feel like this is kind of negligible. Like, it doesn't really need to be an actual, like, thing to really, like, you know, like, oh no, you know, about. Virtually is already fucked up by humans. Well, again, it's, I mean, there's gonna be a trade-off of everything. And at least when it comes to wind farms and shit, I mean, honestly, like, I don't necessarily see why not having at least some, like, low-level foliage, or at least, like, low-level vegetation, you know, on the ground around these areas. Not necessarily, like, full-on trees, so to speak, but, like, bushes and other different shrubbery, to at least, you know, kind of diversify the vegetation a little bit. This is just definitely support expanding wind and solar to replace fossil. Yeah. All it takes my same fusion, I guess. Oh, yeah. Everything costs fucking money and shit. I mean, especially when it comes to the climate, I can give a fuck about money. It's just an arbitrary thing that we put value on anyway. And honestly, I put more value in the actual material world around us versus that worthless fucking piece of paper or that random arbitrary number that we put value on. So it's like, that's my trade-off of it. Like, I give a fuck, you know, about the money for it and shit. Just get it done. Like, if it puts us in, like, Googleplex billion, gazillion fucking dollars in debt and shit, to save the goddamn planet, then, so be it. Wind turbines, we could power shit cheaper without going to other ecosystems. I mean, I definitely don't disagree with that. In typos. Well, no, I'm saying I can at least get what you're saying. But also with YouTube, you're kind of limited with how much specific characters you have. So it's shrinking down certain words is acceptable. I get it. But make your swing car to power a city. Well, I think, from what Logan's trying to say is that, like, in a lot of different places, it'll have, like, these smaller little wind turbines and solar panels on them. That can help energize, at least to a certain extent, those type of buildings and the energy infrastructure around that little area. Which can help mitigate, massive wind farms and not make them as big in comparison. So you would probably still need those anyway. But you're going to have to, have, these bigger, farms and these bigger panels and shit. Yeah, like I'm saying, you're going to still need these huge facilities, but you can mitigate, at least, the size of them by, kind of diversifying some of it, from the urban side of it too. Because, yeah, obviously it isn't enough, but it can help at least, not make them like these big, fat-ass, huge facilities, but, not, but a little bit more smaller. Because at least some of the energy output is not doesn't need to be totally made up there in comparison, because some of it's already be made directly from the source, so to speak. Again, obviously it's not enough. You'd still need that facility there, but still, like instead of being like, let's say like 5 sections of panels, for like a solar panel farm, with that in mind, it would probably be more like 3 instead, or maybe 4, so to be a little bit more smaller, it'd still be a big facility, it'd still be, for all intents and purposes, huge, but, it won't be, as expansive in comparison to what it could be. But again, that just kind of depends on how viable or how well they work into certain areas. Because certain places, probably not going to have like smaller wind turbines in their towns and cities and shit aren't going to work as well. But solar probably would. In some places, maybe it's too cloudy for solar, but wind probably works well. So it's kind of a give or take. It only, because realistically, that type of stuff only really works in certain areas. So God really wants to go inside. We're gonna also finally get an offshore wind one. A few good things behind it. Well, that's good at least. I'm okay with that. Like, I'm alright with offshore wind. I mean, honestly, that is, that could probably maybe potentially help expand to ocean hydro too, because they could potentially also be used in or energize hydro facilities too, or make them like multi power plant facilities. Like, you got like these big wind turbines on top, and then you got like the hydro turbines in the ocean next to them, as kind of like a little wall or some shit. Make it like a super plant out in the ocean. Honestly, that, like if, like ocean-based hydro is something that can be potentially feasible in the near future, I could definitely see it being something that, could be very viable, especially when tied in with things like that. I guess nuclear just really isn't viable because it requires action from Congress. They openly don't care and won't do anything unless the GOP finds a way to make money off of it. Well, it's not necessarily just the GOP, it's just the corporate owner class, which owns mostly the GOP, but also the Democratic side, too. So unless the entire establishment makes money, it has a way to make money off of it, they're not going to give a fuck. to make more money off of, you know, the abject exploitation and suffering of the planet and us versus fucking, you know, investing in the general well-being and betterment of said people and planet. So, I don't have a waste. I mean, let's carry on it. Well, I will say this. The problem with Fukushima was partially where it was at, and also due to the fucking tsunamis where their seawalls didn't necessarily accommodate for what the fuck happened. Like, the seawalls literally collapsed a couple feet, and when those tsunamis showed up, they just went right over the seawalls because due to the earthquake, they dropped like a couple inches or like a couple feet, something like that. Yeah, don't put nuclear on the coast. No shit. Or in an earthquake prime zone. Like, that's kind of the one thing that I guess Japan can't necessarily get over, the fact like they're near earthquake zones and shit. So, you know, but yeah, I mean, I guess at this point, you know, a lot of buildings and a lot of infrastructure can be accommodated for that. You know, especially with, yeah, as I was saying, better planning. But yeah, if there's like a lot of earthquakes, especially big ones, probably don't want to put it there. Probably want to put it a little bit away from that. Yeah, like rules that nuclear can't have in earthquake zones. Well, I mean, I guess technically anywhere on this planet can be an earthquake zone, but, you know, it's just, you know, be in the most minimal area. Eastern Oregon would work for nuclear if water was pumped from either Columbia or the coast. Yeah, honestly, that would work. Or at least have, like, a water pipeline, you know, from the coast or something like that. You know, like next to the Columbia or some shit. I mean, I could see something like that work. Because Eastern Oregon would be pretty good. Because let's say there is, like, you know, a hypothetical, like, cascading fault earthquake shit, and there's some tsunami shit going down. It's well away from the coast. Like, there ain't going to be issues. At least on that front. So, you know, all in all, Eastern Oregon actually be perfect. And maybe you can have one like northeast Oregon, and then maybe have one in southeast Oregon. Have, like, you know, the two different plants, you know, like have one for like the northern sector of Oregon and one for like the southern sector of it or some shit. It's trying to figure out how to properly reuse the waste to store it. Wait, what? I'm just glad that nuclear waste isn't being dumped in lands or streams like this in other countries. Germany's digging mass holes to bury their waste. Yeah. That's kind of, that seeps radiation and, like, into the environment a little bit, which requires congressional action. And of course, you know, when it comes to corporations in America and problems when it comes to waste and byproducts of what they, you know, produce, they never seem to really give a shit about that. That's why nuclear isn't really viable. Yeah. I mean, that's why there needs to be, you know, fusion, at least when it comes to that type of thing. Thought Germany would have sense. I mean, realistically, they're kind of a, like, diet version of us a little bit. I mean, we have a lot of fucking military bases there. Like, U.S. interest and influence is pretty strong in Germany. So, I mean, when it comes to some of the actions that they partake in, it's kind of been seeped off from us a little bit. Yay! Just can't let it sit on site for thousands of years. Yeah. Which also is a risk to the workers and the people that, you know, are there. So, and potentially to a local community that could be in the region and shit. So... What are you doing? Yeah, almost has to deal. Almost had to deal under bonded Very waste on federal land, Nevada, but Harry Reid killed it. Wow. I mean, isn't there a way to, like, reuse it or some shit? What are you doing? What are you doing, baby? Look at that little tail. You know what? Oh, really? There's newer reactors that use less waste. Well, at least it's something. Come on. Up. Do you not want this? I'm gonna drop it. You suck. It landed right on your mouth and you couldn't just open it and catch it? Oh, you are ridiculous. No. Oh. The dogs want you. Well, I can't help it. I'm trying to get Zukov to, like, do that, you know, like grab it when I drop it, because he was doing really good with it, but now he's just like gonk. Just like, how dare you say I suck? No, I said I. Did I say they suck? Oh my god, boy. Sweet Emily Badilla. She made a face on the TV when you said that. She took it personal. I'm sorry, Jazzy. Don't take it personal, you little... you little sweet thing. You little sweet thing. Zukov, your sister took something I said personally. She's like, man, I'm sorry. It's like, that sucks. And she took it personally, now she wants to kill me. She's pouting. Aww. Oh, that poor doggo. That poor little puppo. Oh, I just give her a bunch of hugs and screeches and a little cuddle. And then Zukov will get insanely, immediately jealous. She ran in a corner cold up. Oh my god. Yeah, she is pouting. Oh my lord. What is he doing now? Ooh, I know. You still get his attention. Oh yeah, you suddenly are. Yeah. Oh yeah, you suddenly got attentive. Oh my God. You're attentive now. Up. Good boy. Now he does it. Oh sure, I give him one. I give him these things, and he's all like, it's like, oh, I want that. Okay, so he's not a fan of these, I guess. He's not a fan of the bacon flavored little biscuit things. I thought he would be, but I guess not. Considering a lot of you keep his walls. Because I guess apparently he's acting pretty chill now. That Jazzy ain't hormonal. I kind of figured that'd be the case. Yeah, I'm having my folks kind of start asking me, like, when are you going to get him neutered? And I'm like, I don't know. At least for a while. Yeah, at least not for a while, if I consider it. Perfect. You won't separate. He's going nice and ham on that. He loved that. Man, what old dork. I wish I had more of those. Wait until he's at least a year and a half old. So they get diseases from. They get deceased from earlier. Yeah. Which is why I'm not doing it for a while. Like, I'm not really gonna worry about it until, like, I don't know, when's the next presidential election, Jack? I don't know, I'll think about then. Well, you could get a vasectomy. Like, you get dog vasectomies, which lets them keep them, but not necessarily have the problem of them having puppies, so. The shooting suspect looks like a tall neckbeard. Show me. Oh, bad. Oh, boy, I want to see it. Oh, it's going to look good. It's going to be good. Oh, I know it's going to be good. Not only is he going to look... Not only does he look like a tall neckbeard, as you're saying, and I trust your claim, but he's a disgruntled boomer neckbeard. This is going to be even better. Heavy.com. Polybun. Oh my god. God damn it. Come on. Where was that fucking thing I just saw? Oh, it's a fucking furry? A local furry too, huh? Anti-Semite, of course. Cheese. June 9th was identified as a Black Lives Matter protester shot and killed in the shooting. And of course, Sandy Knows also continued to stir the fucking flames and shit, this worthless little fucking pig. Oregonian reports that the man involved in deadly shootout against Antifa. Shootout is how he calls it. Which is a total fucking lie. Wow. Is it only a picture of his like back of his face? Yeah, it's kind of saying all the same shit, I guess, in there. But I guess go figure. The fucking shooter was just like a mentally ill age fucking far right fundamentalist. Shocker. Oh, what a shocker indeed. You don't just like walk up to a random protest and just like, you know, blasting and shit. Kids there finally sounds and sleeping. He's just dreaming. He's dreaming about something. Unlike Zukov. He whimpered and growled and barked viciously at what was in his dream. Aww. What is the cop doing? I can hear him pawing at the door. Sukov, why must you paw at that damn door? What the hell? Bruh, what are you doing? This dream about kick some ass. Yeah. It's dreaming about eating pussy and kicking ass. Well, incestuous pussy and then kicking some ass. Gotta keep the family bush all together, you know what I'm saying? Man, is this straight? Just like, fuck all. Boo. It's like Monday. There should be all sorts of shit. I guess all the new shit, which is just Ukraine-Russia shit, which I saw already, is already been said and done. It's like, ugh. And there's just like nothing else aside from that same exact shit. It's like, boo. Boo. Oh, Zukov kind of chilled out. Might make him behave better, but unless it's otherwise, yeah. What? Okay. So air pollution and dog population getting out of hand. Yeah. Plus, yeah. But honestly, like when it comes to a lot of the like when it comes to a lot of problems of, you know, like stray dogs and, you know, different, you know, problems of adoptions, you know, for pets and shit. I mean, that's really the main problem when it comes to issues of, you know, pets not necessarily getting neutered or spayed and shit. Because if they have more, you know, have more puppies or more kittens or whatever, you have more offspring, then, you know, it's just like more in the population that's not getting adopted or just out on the streets. I'll say it'd just be better to just have a vasectomy done. Because then you get to keep them, but are sterile at that point. Won't have any actual legit problem with them fucking or nothing. Well, at least having puppies. So. But they get to still keep their hormones and stuff. Zukov, why are you over there? Why are you so far away? Zukov. Zukov. Lazy Bones, why are you over there? Come here. Come on, bro. Zukov. Come here, baby. Right now, unless this ever gets crazy. Well, yeah. I'm not saying, you know, what you ought to do. I mean, I'm just saying that's, you know, at least when it comes to, especially, you know, population issues. Because I know, especially some places, mainly in, like, city and urban environments, there, you know, these tend to be kind of issues. I mean, it's more of, like, kind of on a broader global issue, too. Because a lot of places have, like, a lot of stray animals and shit where it's not really kind of kept in check at all. But at the same time, you know, some places aren't. Zukov, come here. Zooks. Zukov. Come here. Zukov. 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 What the hell? What? What's up, man? You lazy bones? Look at you. What are you doing? What are you doing, you lazy bones? What you doing, lazy bones? You're lazy bones. Trap at home with Heat Madness and Vito. Oh my goodness, you little sweet baby. Oh, come here, you big ol' hunk of lunk. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. Jesse just realized you're talking to Zukov. She was all surprised and excited for a sec when he said his name out loud. Aww. Yeah, this is a big old chunky boy. She's a big old full boy. Oh my god, you're so... Just getting to be a chunk. Just getting to be a chunk. You're just a chunk. You're just a chunk now. You're just a big old bald chunk. You sweet thing. You sweet little thing. Oh my goodness. Zukov and Jazzington. Vidonculus. You know, to have so many cursing effort. Well, it's Zukov. I kind of have to like, yeah. Ugh. Look at you. You're lazy bones. You're just a lazy bones. Oh, you smelling things. You smell things, sweet baby. Oh my god, you lazy honk. You ball. You croissant. You absolute pretzel. Did you just die? Like, what happened here? Wow. He's just kind of plopped himself here now. He's just accepted his fate. He has accepted his fate of being right here. My goodness. Look at you, you big honk. My goodness. You sweet little thing. Oh. You sweet little thing. My goodness. little ear. Oh my goodness. Oh, what's this? Oh, well. You shitty bones. Aww. Oh, look at that little face. Oh. Oh, that pretty little face. Oh my goodness. Oh. His tail collapsed. He's kind of knocking out. Oh. You sweet little baby. Look at his little ears sticking out. He's like, huh? What? Nah. Too lazy to care. Oh, that like just went nuts. Oh my goodness, that like just went nuts quick. He's like, whoop, hold on, you just hit a spot. Oh my goodness, you crazy boy. Oh, I'm just nailing something for you. Oh my god, his eyeballs are just like, whoop. He's like, whoop, okay, that's the location. Oh, look at those eyeballs. He's just all like, ah. How much can you kick? How much can you kick? Oh my god. Look at you. Jeez. My god. That was intense. You just were intense there for a minute. My goodness. You big ol' hunk of goof. My god, look at you. Mini potatoes. Ugh. Got some chicken and some rice I was gonna fill up his bowl with. Give him something to enjoy. Some rotisserie chicken that I can shred up. Give you something to enjoy. Oh, big thing. You cuddle monster. You little cuddle monster, you. Sometimes he'll be at the foot of my bed when I wake up. Sometimes I'm just like, damn, I still want to sleep a little more. But I'm just like, I just snag him, grab him up, and I just cuddle him. And I'm just like, meh. Meh. You sweet baby. Because he'll be in such a sleep mode that he just wouldn't give a shit. He's not in a sleep mode right now, so he kind of would give a kind of a shit. Are you actually like thinking about plopping here? Oh god. I've done it now. You're getting a little big to be a lapdog here, bro. I don't expect to make these like long-term fiascos And you're here considering that as a long-term, you know, prospect here of occupation. Like, even Bandit's a little big, and he's a fucking cat. He's like barely the size of your fucking thigh here. Well, I mean, Bandit's pretty big. I mean, Bandit's just basically just like this. And Zukov's just like, just the whole shebang, you know? It's just like, oh my god. But, oh. He's just a plop. Yeah, he's considering this as a long-term endeavor. If we're doing this, where's the brush? Hey. I'm just looking for the brush. You don't pay me no mind. I know I had it over here. I'm just trying to minimize sound, but it's not working. Did I have it over here? What did I do with the brush? Where's the brush? What now? Where is brush? Where is the brush? I literally can't get up, so I'm stuck right here. But where is brush? I guess there ain't no... Oh, I see it. I see brush. I see its handle. And I'm dropping shit. Yeah, that's always smart. Drop the treats that Zukov's not immediately looking at and staring and sniffing. Oh, now you're looking at this. Oh, jeez Louise. Yeah, you need this. Ooh. Yeah, you definitely need this. Logan's making you hungry. Joke's on you. I've been hungry. I have been hungry this entire time. I'm actually not kidding a little bit. Been having a few stomach grabs occasionally, but I got food. Got some hash browns. Oh my god, I'm gonna just get the little pan going. Probably whip me up some of those. Drizzle some maple syrup on there. Do a little bit of scrambies, some scramby eggs. Oh fam, dude, that's some shit. Ooh, do one scramby and do one sunny side, then cut up like the whites, and then just put the sunny side right on top of all that like hash brown goodness. Cut that yolk, let it all seep through. Oh fuck! Just a mixture of a little bit of a mixed scramby in there. Oh my god! Very simple, easy to do, and I might just do it. That just might be my game plan, because overall, that, simple as it is, it's a feast. Hash brown dominates, but that's the point. Hash browns are fucking good. You cannot go wrong with a good old hash brown, I'll tell you what there now. They need to kind of get down to your booty area. Like, there's, like, fur that needs to, like, come out. Because, like, there's a bunch of absurdity. Like, oh my goodness, my dude, my guy. I definitely do not have any hash browns. Hash browns so good. It's not like those little, like, hash brown cakes either. It's like, you grab a bunch. Hey. Not much food, been busy. Same here. I don't have too much. Hey, knock it off. He's hearing my dad. I already know it. Do you hear him? He actually has a very low pitch growl. Like, I'm not hearing him, but he has like this this rumble though. So he's still like growling, but I'm not hearing it. Not feeling it though. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're being a grump for no reason. I could tell you it'll be a good little guard doge. But my guy, you don't need... Hey! Let me get your fluffy cheeks and then let me poof them. Poof, poof, and poof. Yeah, I've been poofed. Oh, this little chunk. What the fuck was that? Having trouble where you want to put your feet? What are you attempting here? Oh my god. You're struggling and I don't know what you're attempting with your struggle. Here, good sir. I'm just brushing you. I'm not, there's no way I'm contributing to this. You're doing it to yourself. You could just sit there and be chill while I, there you go. Oh. Oh, you're so soft. Oh my goodness. You're just so soft now. Are you trying to like sneak over to like those treats over there? The chicken and sweet potato recipe snack sticks? I guess that's what they're called. Is that what you're sneaking over? Is that what you're doing? Is that your ultimate goal? Is this your ultimate goal there, you son of a bitch? Oh, that little yawn. Potato Madness over here with the baked beans, original mix of hickory baked beans, veggies at their best. Jeez, yeah, man, we're really trying to make people hungry. I'm getting even more hungrier just thinking about that, goddamn. Make it a stick or at least leave it that way. Shit over. Well, yeah, the beans aren't necessarily something that they should have. Well, look at you. You look like a big softball now because I just gave you some loves and brushes. Some brushing loves. Green beans are okay-ish. Yeah. Well, you kind of have to get them adjusted for it. Like, you know, putting it in their diet very slowly but surely. And Sukov, as a puppy, kind of, you know, grew up eating some peas and stuff because of work, of the fried rice and stuff that I'd bring home. So, at this point, it doesn't affect him. Are you slowly but surely, like, deplatforming yourself from me? Because you realize this is not sustainable? Yeah, I think... Oh my god. Go on. You've realized. But now you've been brushed thoroughly. He's trying to stoke in a surprise video, does it? Then you get a video new brush. Yeah. I didn't clean this one off now. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that shit. Bunch of fluff on the end of that. That definitely needs to be cleaned off. Yeah, you need a brush in there, bro. You need a little bit of a brushing. You got a bunch of fur in here to come off you. Vito's probably so tough he destroys brushes. I mean, his fur is pretty thick too. Like, I mean, there's like mats and stuff underneath his like top fur. So his undercoat has like some mats and shit every now and then. So deep down, it's like. So I always start with these thick metal bristles, you know, just because they help get a lot of the mats out. Oh my god! I just realized that even that is like full of like furs and shit. Probably all that under fur. What are you pulling at me for? What was that for? You know what? Because you were being a sweet boy, getting... Yeah, you were looking at this the entire time. Yeah, you were looking at these things the entire time. These little Newmans. Are you gonna catch it? No, you do. Oh, no. Come back here. Zukov. Never mind. You got it. It's in your mouth. Again, at the whole, like, I'm looking. Well, it's gonna pop it off my nose and just, let it flop. Because I'm a dork. Alright, coming back for more, yeah? Well, I'm just gonna have to wait a darn 2 minutes, because you're gonna get a little special treat later. You can get a little feast. Had to cut a piece of gum they all tangle in his furs and his lace. That's a strong one. This just has those two. Oh yeah. Zook's got like thick muscly legs. Like he's definitely like a very muscly dog. All that fur might be kind of hiding it, but like whenever he does his stretches, like you can especially when there's light on him, you can see a lot of like the fur shining and see where he's like swole. It's like, whoa. So he thinks he's so smart with the treat stealage? Yeah, a little bit. He's like, I'll only, do the whole, grab it in midair for treats I really like. But for once, I'm like, I'm just gonna kind of sit there and just let it fall off of my head. It's like, I don't know what he's expecting. It's like, yo. Like, you wanted to boop off your nose, and like, your news off your nose, and then just, like, you hunt for it. Like, it's like, news bump. Alright, where'd it go? Oh, that's where it went. It's like, come on, you gotta get excited for it, bro. You gotta get excited for it, Zukov. But alas. Look at you. Just giving me the eyeballs. Likes Picture too. Yeah, he really likes a lot of these like Newman's Own treats, but I gave him a different flavor of these little biscuit treats, and he's not really a fan of the bacon flavor ones. I think the other ones were like a beefy type of flavor or something like that, or like a potato one. But you're over here sniffing around, but it's for a treat you're not even a fan of. Up. 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 So he doesn't even listen to this shit. Up. Sit. Oh, so you listen for that. Up. 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 Quit staring at it. No, up. No, hold on. Up. Oh my fucking god. Up. 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 Sit. Sit. Up. 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 If I was saying stay, you'd be a good boy right now, but I'm not saying stay now, am I? Up. Stand up. Stand up. Oh my god, you're being fucking lazy on purpose. There you go. Man, he was being lazy on purpose, I swear. If I was saying stay with him, being like, well, staring at me like the dork that he was, I mean, that'd be a different story. He'd be a good boy. You know what? I'm just gonna teach him those type of tricks, to stay in and to stay still tricks of those. Special Josh, you see soon what you're asking, hopping for a tree. Oh my god, that's so cute. She clearly knows that she's supposed to jump or climb to get a treat. Aww. Oh, give her a treat. Aw, now videos in on it too. Oh my god, Vito! Oh, oh, they deserve some treats for that. I mean, I'm commanding dogs that aren't even here. Like, I mean, come on now. They deserve a treat for that. I mean, that's like some specialness right there. Like, please, I'm doing it. Give me a treat, please. Oh, they deserve one. I mean, if anyone deserves one, especially those two right now. Oh. Oh, Zukov, he's being a little... He's in his, like, rebellious phase right now, I can tell. He's like, I'm kind of a teenager, Dad. And I'm going to kind of, you know, be rebellious against you. So bite me. Like, he's in that phase. Oh my god, where are you going now? Zukov, what are you doing? Just keep hearing Tracy commands coming from TV and the voices they know to trust. Aww. I think they know what Stevens is. Yeah, I think they know at this point. Aww. Vito and Jazzy, if Logan's not giving you a treat, he's being a bad boy. Get him. Go get him. I can command dogs outside of other screams. Oh, that's awesome. Luzukov. Yeah. What was that? What was that little... Yeah. What was that? Oh my god. Might have figured out what the whole thing is about. Yeah, trying to get Zukov to at least be somewhat obedient a little bit. He's more just stubborn. It's like he knows. He's 6 inches from the screen. Vito, your brother's being a prick. But that's why I gave him the name Zukov, because, I mean, there's a actual quote by, I think, Roskovsky, one of the generals who had criticisms of Greg Zukov at the time during World War II. But one of the things that he called him was very adamant and intelligent and principled in, you know, in what he knew, but also was very stubborn and bullheaded too. Which, especially right now, is a pretty perfect description of Zukov as of lately. Or they might start barking up a storm once they start to stop. Oh, I mean, it is 12:40. Yeah, fair enough. I have such unlimited power. I have unlimited power. I can command dogs from other stream, from like up to other parts of the world from a stream. Well, I can't even really get mined. You don't do anything right now. Mine's being obstinate and stubborn. It's just like, unlike Like, I'm literally commanding dogs who aren't even here right now more than you. And you're in the room with me. Just like, what? Like, you know I'm talking to you, fool. You do that every time. You sit there instead of just coming over here and sitting and getting loves and screeches on your face. Oh my god. If I stare at him long enough, he'll literally look away. He'll look like off to the side from me. He doesn't like me staring at him. Can't be distracted because you. So I won't show you. You'll do every other trick unless. So just stubborn about that trick. Oh, Paul. Yeah, Zukov does. He gives me like too much paw. Like he'll walk up to me and be like, It just sometimes he'll just let us sit there. It's like, what are you doing? I can feel your presence staring at me now. Yes. Come here, Zukov. 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 You are such an obstinate jackass. You just laid down. You obstinate jackass, you. I look like a little sphinx. Or you want a lot of space? Yeah, pretty much. They've definitely absorbed those behaviors. They definitely share those same thing. Doesn't also like staring. Well, he doesn't like it when I do it back at him. Like, if it happens to be basically like, hey, we're, you know, like, you're looking away, I'm going to stare at you. Or you're staring at me, I'm going to look away. It's like, we can't all, like, you know, look at each other at once. Can I help you? Was that a scoff? I think he just scoffed at me. He just went... He straight up just did that. Like, he did this for a second. And then went... Like, it's like, I'm amused by your little, mimicry of me. Cute. Hello. You are a little smartass. You're a smartass. God damn. Who are you getting that from? Harley, Dad, or me? Or a combination of all three of us, because that was like some smartassness that definitely could have come from any of us. Are you having trouble holding your head up? He's going to sleep. Oh, yep, yep, his head collapsed. He was like, he couldn't keep it up. Nah, now he's being a sleepy boy. Yeah, you're being a sleepy boy. All scoffing at me, too. act like he's gone. Yeah. He's doing this little like. It's cute little. This kind of cute little like. Now he's just all collapsed, looking like a big old fat loaf. Just wait until he tries to be smart with a big 150-pound husky dog. Well, where are you going? Ooh, you big stretchy boy. Where you going, stretchy boy? Come here. Come on. Soak off, you jerk. Man, you're a prick. What a ridiculous Doge. So cute. And adorable. But so ridiculous. Let's see if there's like any other random bullshit on the tube. Potentially, possibly, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, what? School apologizes after serving fried chicken to celebrate Black History Month. Why? Who the fuck has to apologize for serving fried chicken? Who fucking does that? Like, yo. I mean, it's just some fried chicken. I mean, yo, like, who's against fried chicken? Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, there's no way there's no way that can actually be a fucking... Disheartened by a fairly Massachusetts school apologizes after serving fried chicken to celebrate start of Black History Month. Xavier Brothers High School became center controversy earlier this week after students says school promoted a meal during a morning announcement. A private school in Westwood claimed that came from a black cafeteria worker and said it was an attempt to educate students about Black history and culture. What the fuck? Sure. They could have chosen a different part. Cuisine. A lot of kids have taken it. This straight does read like an Onion article. What the fuck? It's fried chicken, my dude. Oh my god. Yo. What? African cuisine? I mean, it's like, I guess fried chicken is definitely a thing that is around there. But so is everywhere else in the fucking world. Oil? Like cooking oil and stuff? Chicken. Breading in the chicken. Boom. Oil. 325 degrees. Boom. Chicken in oil. Fry for like 15 minutes or something like that. Boom. Cooked chicken. It's like, yo. It's like, what the fuck? Who's like... Oh my god. Wow. That I guess that's a thing that's happening right now. I'm just like, what else is happening? Is there any news besides this other bullshit? And it's like, yeah, schools apologize for fried chicken, I guess. It's like, oh my fucking god. I guess it's a little bit of older news because it was the start of the month, but... Oh my god, whatever. Like, wow. Keep more protective and so like even if you oh yeah Zukup's gotta be like that. Is there really not much else? Seriously? What's the name? And try by this Sergio stuff. Crocodile saw at him and started back down. Then I showed up. Damn. Probably heard the commotion. Look at you, Zukov. What? Come here. Come here, bro. Oh my god, come here. Come here. See, this is what I want to do. This is it, see? You're so soft now that I give you all that brushing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you gotta get a little closer at least. Come on. Oh my god, get over here. Big goof. Where? Yes. Yes. What? You sweet thing. I probably gave you plenty of treats for a night. Because they're gonna get a little special treat. I haven't given you a rice chicken kibble mixed up together in a while. Need some of that. Need some of that to fatten you up. You look like a little skinny boy. You look like a little skinny boy. You need to be a big boy. A little chunky. A little chunker. You need a little chunky boy. Chunky boy. Little sweet boy. Little boy. He's a bitty boy. You bitty boy. You bitty boy. You sweet little thing. You sweet little thing. You got the eyes of innocent guilt. Oh my god, you know, I just realized I just got the cutest little eyelashes. They're just so pretty. I just noticed them. They blended so much with the fur around you. You have like flamboyant eyes now. I just noticed that. Now that I've just noticed that, I'm really starting to realize like Those some like said flamboyantly like innocent guilt eyes. You're pawing at me. What? You're sniffing treats. You took off 290 pounds their ways. Well, yeah, I mean, especially when you're like this big, massive, like a aggressive hunk. I mean, even to two random dogs that just show up. We haven't really seen that animal yet. They're not really exactly gonna approach that to fuck around and find out. Probably just growing up Sylvia, stopped his length, and got to my 1 years old, started bulk up from there. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Zukop's still growing up. I mean, he does look like a little skinny boy, though. So I'm always, trying to make sure he's fed, and it's like, why aren't you eating? And it's just like, it's not like he isn't eating. I mean, he is. I mean, Zine schedule's actually, I guess, okay. Because he still has a little bit of kibble left in that bowl, but, I put like a little scoop in there and ate most of it, so. I mean, it's not like he's not eating or nothing, it's just that he just kind of eats, in little bursts. He doesn't, like, eat everything at once. So I just kind of need to ration how much, at least right now, he's getting in accordance to how much he eats at a given time. It's a little more lighter and it's just more dark. Yeah. This has got a lot more of like a vivid darker brown. I think it's because he actually has like a dark outline around his eyes. So they're a lot more vivid. I guess like more vividly black. Makes him have pretty little eyes though. What are you doing? What you doing? He's 1.5 years old now. Damn. Meanwhile, Zukop's just still a mere 5 months and going. Well, he's getting there, though. He's already definitely becoming a pretty big boy. Like, every time I show update pictures to Mom occasionally and to some of my folks, so I can text and shit, because I like to kind of keep updates on them with them, too. They're just like, oh my god, he's getting big. Every time you send me pictures. So I know he's definitely getting bigger and bigger, but at this point I can't really notice it that much. He was longer than the pups I saw. Yeah. Like when he stretches out, like he's just like... So I mean, he extends out like an insane amount. Yeah, because you got that leg. You got that leg strength. The leg length. And strength. Come here. Up. 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 Come here. Up. Up here. Come here, Bo. Come here. Is that so hard? Holy fuck. Just to pet your fluffy little neck of mane and sweetness. Oh my goodness. Big goof. You pretty thing. You sweet little baby. Oh my god, stop being so damn cute. This cuteness thing I got going on here is a little absurd and ridiculous. Don't be batting at me. How you like it, huh? It was sure be a fast, but it was Vito's more artist. I'm sure Zukov might not steal that title. I may give him a year. We might have to see about that. I don't know. I mean, he's just that much more of a sweet boy. Really, as dumb as dog, though. Well, at least Zukov and Vito did not inherit that. He heard that. He's like, inherit what? What did I inherit? He just took like a little stick and just dragged it away. It's like, I'm just gonna gnaw on this stick. Just gonna do that. What a sweet little thing. Just too damn cute. It doesn't really look like it's saying much else. Still look at all that fun bullshit. Just a little over one morning. My goodness. Well, if I want to make those hash browns, I should probably get on doing that. Before it gets too much later. That's out. Yeah, about to make myself some hash browns and shit. A little bit of scrambled eggs. And then Sunnyside to boot with it too. It's gonna be sounding and tasting pretty scrumptious. Because I can tell that stomach growl pretty good. So anyway, it's all good for now. So peace out.